What's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another Elden Ring build guide. This time it is the Golden Guardian and a level 150 NG plus 5 guide. I'm going to tell you what my stats were before I respec since I forgot to record them. Vigor was at 60, Mind was at 20, Endurance was at 30, Strength was at 60, Dexterity at 12, Intelligence at 9, Faith at 50, and Arcane at 9. My weapons and equipment: Heavy Giant Crusher, maxed out. Earth Tree Seal, not maxed out because you won't be casting that much. Malformed Dragon Helm, the whole set. Halic Tree, this one you can switch it out with any of these defensive ones depending on which boss you're fighting. This one you can switch it out if you'd like. I would go for the Green Turtle Talisman or the Blessed Dew Talisman. Earth Tree's Favor +2 and Great Jar's Arsenal are a must if you want to remain at medium equip load while wearing this malformed armor set. For your Wondrous Physic, Strength Not Crystal tier and Opaline Hard tier. You want to have high defenses and you do mainly physical and damage. Now let's get into the spells really quickly and into the guide. So for your incantations, Beast of Vitality, which you can switch out for any other healing spell if you wish. Golden Vows a must. Black Flames of Protection is also a must, as we are in NG +5 and the enemies hit really hard here. Elden Stars, very useful against bigger bosses and really will help you stagger them if you use it, with your Ash of War and your melee attacks. Wrath of Gold, I haven't really used it, just tried it out a few times. And you can go, of course, for any of the healing spells and any of the fortification spells, depending on the boss you're fighting, of course. Other than that, this is all you need. Let's get into the guide now.
Alrighty guys, first boss on the list is of course Morgott. But I decided to try things out here. Honestly, throughout the entire playthrough I've done that. This is a strength build. It was kind of a slow playthrough because, well, your attacks are slow, you have less openings and all that. So other than that though, I really did enjoy it. It's not my favorite. I cannot call this my favorite build, but I think if they buff Elden Stars quite a lot, I would like this build a lot more, and even Wrath of Gold as well. Like, the radius of that spell should be much bigger. It should do a bit more damage, should cost less, something. Because there's no need to use it when you have Golden Land, to be honest. So it's like Golden Land replaces both of them. Elden Stars and Wrath of Gold. Anyway, so Godric, as you can see guys, nothing to worry about. These first bosses are very easy. I'm just trying stuff out. Another thing I noticed about Elden Stars, it's better to cast it from far away. If you cast it really close to them, it will explode within a few seconds, but if you cast it really far, it'll try to do a lot of chip damage before it blows up. And it's funny, sometimes all that damage totals up to 500 damage, even even if you shoot it from afar, really far. However, this is just on targets that are the same size or smaller than Godric here. If you go for some creatures that are much bigger, like dragons and so forth, then you will deal more damage. I've seen it deal up to 1,000 damage, so over 1,000 damage to, I think it was Dragonlord Placidusax. We'll see now. Anyways, here of course you gotta blow up all these bubbles. Renella is really weak to physical damage and apparently even holy damage. As you can see, I can easily take her out. My first attempt, and then in phase 2 she does become a bit more annoying, but nothing of a serious threat, I would say. Of course, as long as you just equip the right talismans, defensive ones I'm talking about, of course, like the Spell Drake talisman, then you should have nothing to worry about. Um, Otherwise, those projectiles can kill you if they all connect. And if you don't have the proper defenses, you can go for Barrier of Gold as well. And then with those two together, you'll make her look like a joke. I didn't do that, but like, you can if you want. General Radahn, not a big threat. As you can see, he caught me there while I was trying to buff. Again, I go for Elden Stars. I try Elden Stars on all the bosses. This is intentional. Like, if I was trying to be smart about it, I would have used it against specific bosses only. Like Dragonlord Placidusax. I think that helps. It really helps there. Other than that, it's probably better for you to wait for a big opening where you can use your Golden Land, Ash of War, or you should probably use that time to reapply buffs, you know, use flasks, whatever else you need to do. As you can see, guys, I tried like Elden Stars here like once or twice and like I stopped going for it. So, and the damage I'm taking is not that bad. So you don't really have to worry too much. And of course, when he does that attack, do not move back. Always try to get under him because you can get a good chance to capitalize. And this one also, see, if you just stay right under him, he'll miss him. But the second time, you can just roll right through it and like stand right behind him and bam, there you go. The Golden Land for the win. Golden Land has really carried this character quite a lot. That and your regular melee attacks. It's just so much fun, to be honest with you. Even though it's not my funnest character, it still was a blast, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I would play this character again. And at one point I'm gonna try these guys, not just against General Radahn and in PvE. I'm gonna try these builds eventually in PvP. I'm gonna try to make some PvP builds. I don't know how my ping is going to be. That's usually the reason I don't play online, is because of the lag and stuff. But and I don't play PvP that much because of that. However, if the lag is bearable and doable, then I will definitely give it a go sometime. As you can see here with Morgott, he almost killed me there, but again, I'm really testing things out. I'm not taking this fights like seriously. I'm not trying to like, you know, go for flawless victories, especially with a guy this slow. I mean, just look how long it takes you to do that charged attack there. Like, have to do a flip in the air and shit. Like, it's nice, it does massive damage, but I don't know if it's worth it. And here, I should have went for a critical hit. I would have done more damage than what I did there, because he transitioned as soon as I hit him and got like super armor. I was barely taking any damage afterwards, so it wasn't smart of me, but I'm just letting you know that's a mistake I made there that you probably shouldn't do yourself. And as you can see, I'm just using Golden Land to attack him, because the projectiles from Golden Land, those 5 projectiles alone, can deal more damage to an enemy than the entirety of the Elden Stars spell. The whole duration of it, if you can get it, all of it. Like, I don't know how long it lasts, maximum, let's say it's like 15 seconds. If you can get all 15 seconds to of the spell to like go there and spit out little golden particles at your enemy, and they all hit as well. Those little particles, they all land. Like, sometimes, I don't know if they all land, especially if the target is small, but like, they do a total of 500, including the final impact where it explodes. Oh man, alright, like we can look here. This is not the best person to do it on, but I mean, he has high resistances, generally speaking. As you can see, I'm not doing that much damage to him. He has high resistances pretty much to like physical damage, a little bit to, of course, fire for sure, and I'm not sure if he has any resistance to holy damage, or if his health is just so high that it feels like it. But as you can see, the first phase, that's what's nice about him. This guy has like a lot of big openings where you can use your Golden Land. I wouldn't go for Elden Stars unless I was really far away from him. I do use it in the second phase here, as you can see, just to like start the phase transition. Of course, I buffed prior to using Elden Stars, and then I primarily rely on my melee attacks here. So he keeps running around. Make sure you always ignite those, make them blow up before you try attacking. Otherwise, you're gonna die, most likely, if you're not paying attention to them. And you're just paying attention to the fire giant, trying to get, land your hits, and not paying attention to what else is going around. You're most likely gonna die. As you can see here, the problem was, this was really close. I thought I was gonna die there, or at least get hit. You have to be careful here because in the second phase, when you're attacking his leg, if you try to use Golden Land, the projectiles have no idea where to go. They will just shoot in random directions. Like 1 or 2 might hit him, but they just shoot so randomly that it's, up to like, RNG and all that for it to decide if it's gonna land or not. And I kind of realized here, I almost got hit twice. And then I realized like I had an opening when attack almost got hit again. But a few close calls here. It didn't take me that long against him. Probably a few tries, but the battle itself was very long. So yeah, it was like, I don't know, over 5 minutes for sure. So expect to be here for a while. And I did stagger him multiple times. Like, I think in the second phase I staggered him twice or something. I know I staggered him once for sure. But I'm not going to show you the whole fight, because like if I show you the whole fight for all of them, some fights just take really long because I'm kiting, I'm being very defensive and careful, since it's been a while, guys, since I played with a two-hander, a heavy colossal weapon, and as a melee build. Like the first time I did that is when I originally beat the game. I had General Radahn Star Scourge Great Swords, and they were great. And this is what I love about them. You just can get, you can easily break the enemy's stance if you're consistent with your attacks, of course. And I pretty much like stance break almost every boss in this game. So imagine power stancing these. But you would have to wear an armor that is so much lighter than what I have here. Again, Elden Stars like barely does damage here, but I have to showcase what it is capable of doing, when it is good, when it is not. Otherwise, you guys might not know. You know what I mean? So, and you might have to find out the hard way by trying out yourself. And that's why these build guys exist, so they can show you. They can share the experiences. And here you go, another stance break. And like stance break becomes like something like, to me back in the day I was like, oh wow, I got a stance break. And now it's like, at least with this weapon, of course. And now it's like so easily. And there are easier ways, of course, if you're a caster, which is not fair. I think like melee should, like, it doesn't, I don't think it's fair that the phalanx blades, the ones that you get from the Ash of War from, what's his name? Rapier. The Ash of War is really good. It's like 2 of them, 3 of them would stagger any boss. It barely uses stamina. It barely uses FP. You cast it pretty fast. It's like almost unfair how good it is, but I don't want them to nerf it. I want them to empower other things. They can make the bosses a bit harder or something to like balance things out, but I don't know. Roger's Rapier or whatever it was called. Rapier. What was it called? I forgot, guys. Anyways, I forgot the Ash of War. I'm gonna have a build about that Ash of War. That's the funny thing. Not just about that Ash of War, but like that utilizes that Ash of War. I'm gonna have at least 2 builds, 2 caster builds, and maybe even 2 melee builds, but we'll talk about that in another time. Here, as you can see, Loretta. She was annoying, to be honest. Actually took a bit longer than I thought she would. Like she just shoots out a lot of projectiles. You have to keep an eye out, make sure that you know you're not hurting yourself. Here, as you can see, I had 2 other spells with me. I wanted to try out a few other spells, but like I felt they didn't fit the Golden Guardian theme, so I never actually used them. I actually honestly wanted to desperately use Ancient Lightning Strike and some like Black Flame spells on this build, but like it's not fair, to be honest, because this is not what it's supposed to be. I was doing it because like I hit one wall that made me think about using it, and that was the Godskin Duo. To be honest, like it was so hard to beat them. It was like a 10-minute battle or something, like 9 minutes, 8 minutes, I don't know, something like that. It was such a long fight. But anyways, before fighting them, I came here. I actually fought the Godskin Duo, and then I realized how hard they were, and then I needed some, I needed to raise my morale, because I felt like, oh my god, how am I going to kill those guys? So I came to fight Malenia. I'm like, babe, if you let me have my way with you, then anybody will let me have my way with them. So I had to show her that I was worthy of letting her, have my way with her. She has to allow me to do that, of course, but I have to show that I'm worthy. And after a few hours, I'm not gonna lie, because I tried fighting her with an armor for a few hours before I tried to take off the armor, and then like less than an hour later without an armor I beat her. So it was fun. But as you can see, you just time your attacks in second phases where it's really hard. Like I'm not showing you everything, how to dodge everything. I'm just showing you throughout the whole thing, throughout the whole playthrough, or the whole build guide rather. I'm just showing you when I attack, because that's what matters. These are your openings. Right here, bam. This, you dodge, and then you run in. Like you run in, or you reapply buffs. So this is when I attack. I'm just showing you exactly the moments where the openings are available, where the windows are, and how long the window is there for. And then it is up to you to decide. Here I got lucky. Like if I didn't get that Black Flame protection off, she would have one-shot me there for sure. I'm like a 40 vigor, guys, so yeah. And I'm naked here, and this NG +5. It was one hell of a playthrough, guys. I had fun. I was very sure, confident that I was going to finish the playthrough until I hit the Godskin Duo. That's where I felt like, oh my god, am I going to do this? But then I came here, like I said, and I got my confidence boost from Malenia. After she let me have her way with her, I realized nobody else can deny me now. So, as you can see, I will use that Golden Land one more time before I kill her right now. And as you can see, there are quite a few openings here for you using a colossal weapon, right? That was pretty fun. And then I went back after I felt refreshed. I'm like, you assholes, I am not letting this go. So this is what happened. I came back, I went back in there, and I pretty much used a strength build against them, and as you can see, they barely take damage. Like I had to pretty much tried to at least, memorize when the openings were, which good openings were there, because sometimes when you swing and you hit them and they try to attack you, they will attack over your head, exactly just like what just happened there, and they will miss their attack while you land yours. So it took me a little while to figure out which attacks were good to to counter, and which attacks were avoidable or not avoidable, which attacks I should run from, and which attacks I should capitalize on. So once you figure all that out, then this fight becomes easier, but still you have to be very defensive, very careful throughout the whole battle. It was pretty tough, guys. Look how much damage I'm doing to them. It's like, does he even feel anything? Like, you can barely see his health moving. And here, this is where I capitalized. This is what I'm talking about, what I said earlier. This is one of the chances where I capitalized. And here, look, I stance break him, I go down, I try to like critically hit him, get her post there, but didn't work out. So I decided just to not do that. And again here, a good time to capitalize, and I actually finish him off here. They seem to be taking pretty decent damage. I don't know why his partner here, the Apostle, wasn't doing anything. He was just like watching his friend take damage. I don't know if he just didn't want to get close to the explosion or whatever. But I'm like, alright, whatever, man. If you're just gonna sit there and like look at me most of the time without doing anything. Like I didn't have any flasks left here, so I'm like, I'm gonna do this defensively. As long as I don't use any other spells than the spells that I said I'm going to use. And it's good. I don't have to worry about, you know, feeling bad for playing too defensively and all that, and somewhat trying to cheese them. It's not really cheesing them, it's just being super defensive, playing super defensively. Here, I don't really care too much. I wasn't that scared of him. Actually, I don't know how he missed that attack there. But he wasn't that much of a threat, and I was slowly learning his attack pattern, as you can see. So much that I got him to break his stance there, and then I got overconfident and just started swinging like a crazy man. Here we exchange blows, and we go into phase 2. Phase 2, I am extra cautious, of course. He does hit like crazy, but I am a melee build, so I have to get in there. I have to get under him. I have to use my giant hammer to smack him on the balls whenever I get the chance. So, oh god, look at that. Look at that. And that debuff is so annoying because you can't, you know, you can't heal to full health. I mean, that's the whole point of it, I understand, but like, when it's a boss and they don't really try to heal, it doesn't matter. But when you are the player and you're always trying to be at full health, it really, you know, you really feel it. But again, when he's far, I use Golden Land, and I didn't use Elden Stars here. It just takes too long. And here, just like, I got really good at learning this part, that I didn't even have to hide behind the pillars anymore. I'm like, I fought him a few times actually. It didn't take that long for this guy. He wasn't one of the tough ones. It was Malenia, it was Godskin Duo, and you're gonna see who the other one is. And that's it. Everyone else was pretty easy. Even like if the battle took over 5 minutes or whatever, like, you know, he died on like, you know, most of those bosses who took 5 to 10 minutes probably died on like the 5th attempt or so. Except for the Godskin Duo and Malenia. Those took forever. Just like a few hours, but it feels like forever. This guy actually killed me 10 fucking times. I'm not even kidding. Like, I was like in the double digits, and then I'm like, that's it. I'm going to show him the power of being an asshole like him. So I started cheesing him. Elden Stars and Golden Land, spammed it for like 3 minutes in a row. It was like a 3-minute battle. I'm used to like squashing this guy like before he could do anything to me. And then here he's suddenly acting all tough and shit. Look at that. Look at that. Look, he just doesn't want to die. And I got pissed. I'm like, just let me just squash you like the little cockroach that you are. And moved on to the next hard boss fight. This one was not hard, but took so long. It was like a 10-minute battle again. One of those 10-minute battles where it's like, he just moves around so much. He keeps flying. Like, your openings are very little. Your stamina gets drained so fast, so you can't like attack him as much or as often as you would like. Elden Stars here, if you can be aggressive while it's attacking him, you will get to stance break him. That's for sure. Like, I've done that multiple times. Unfortunately, not on every single attempt I was able to successfully do it, because I was getting hit by those lightning strikes, and like I had to time it. Taking damage here wasn't that bad, to be honest. Like, as long as you're wearing the proper talismans, defensive ones, and you are reapplying your buffs, and you should be fine. So yeah, this is the annoying part, is figuring out when is a good opening to use your stuff. Here I tried to like do what I did with the Amateur's Assassin, which is like to attack him while he's gliding back down and then roll out of the way. before he hits me. As you can see, I almost was successful here. I was successful with Amaterasu Assassin, but here I wasn't as successful. And here I just moved away from him. I know he can jump over his tail, but like still, like he moves you and you're not like exactly over it, or him, or whatever, she, or whatever it is. So it's annoying, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And as you can see, I was going for a lot of melee hits here. Like I was out of flasks completely. It was like the closest battle out of everything. Oh boy, here, I thought this was gonna take long. I'm like, oh, okay. Godfrey and the Elden Beast, Radahn, they're probably gonna be like, you know, have a lot of like high resistances towards like physical damage and holy damage, and this is gonna take me forever. And like I was feeling down here. I'm like, oh man, all right, it's the final stretch. It's all good. And plus, I knew his first phase really well. Godfrey's first phase. So Godfrey's first phase, like usually I don't get hit. Usually, not always, all the time. And it's like very easy for me to like flawlessly get him to second phase without taking no damage. But his second phase, however, is really annoying. And to be honest with you guys, like I still haven't mastered his second phase yet. You see, that was really close. Like this is what I mastered here. Just like knowing the distance where I can attack while he misses his. Like my attack lands, he misses his. And as you can see, I'm not doing that much damage to him. I'm not doing, even my golden land is not doing that much damage to him. My physical damage is actually better. And as you can see here, he's not doing that much damage to me. As long as you have your black flame protection on, it's really useful. I mean, I would apply that before golden vow just because it's much faster to apply, to cast. So yeah, and believe it or not, even with all that, this guy didn't take that long. Like probably less than an hour, like maybe half an hour to 45 minutes before he died. Just because I know this is his first phase really well, and his second phase is what I was learning for 30 minutes to 45 minutes before. Because I'm used to like beating him, like using like casters or like at least having a spell at my disposal, even if it's not necessarily a melee build. But here's the first time where I beat him full melee. And then we move on to the last final boss fight, which I thought was going to take hours, like Malenia or like Godskin Duo. But I swear to God that it took me, I'm not even kidding, it took me 3 tries. 3 tries. The first try, I got to the Elden Beast, and then I died to the Elden Beast. Second try, Radahn killed me. Third try, I beat them both. As you can see, like I already know Radahn really well. It's one of my favorite boss fights. I enjoy fighting Radahn quite, you know, a lot. Just not initially, because usually it's a new build and I need to learn what's good to use against him and what's not and all that. So, yeah. As you can see here, smash him, of course, buff before you get in there. Flask up, do whatever you need. And then here, I mainly depend on my melee hits again, but Golden Land does help me out. Unfortunately, I was not able to stagger him. He's just so annoying. He keeps moving around. Look at that, just moving, and it's just, oh man, like it's one of the worst boss fights for me, him and Estelle, because of how much they fly around. And of course, Dragonlord Placidusax, just all dragons generally speaking. Flying creatures are just annoying. They just don't stand in their place and take it like they're supposed to. But yeah, anyways guys, this is pretty much the end of the fight here, so I hope you enjoyed all of this. And as always guys, thank you all so much for watching. Tell me what you think in the comments below of the Golden Guardian, and I'll see you all in the next build guide for Elden Ring. Take care y'all, have a great day, and I'll see you all then. Peace.